Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all alright. If you're new here, hello, my name is Amber. I'm currently 33 weeks pregnant with my first baby after quite the journey with infertility and IVF. So it's really exciting for me, something I never ever thought would happen, and I am due in just over 6 weeks time, 6 weeks and 1 day to be precise, which is really exciting. So I hope you stick around. If you haven't already, do make sure that you subscribe to my channel and follow me over on Instagram at amber.itso. One thing we do accept on this channel is that I regularly look like poo in Wednesday's videos. In fact, in most of my videos. I think I uploaded my vlog at the weekend and I could not believe what a state I looked for like the first 40 minutes. So I do apologise about that, but we're all about keeping it real here, huns. That is what we do. I'm recording from baby's nursery today, so it's a new little setup for me, but the nursery is near enough done. I'll be showing you bits of that in the weekend vlog, and yeah, just as we go before I do the big nursery reveal. Although I've shown you pretty much all of it already, so it's not really a reveal. But yeah, it's really nice to be sat in here filming. Things are really starting to come together. It's really bloody warm in this room, but I feel like it's really warm in every room at the moment. So it is what it is, and we're just dealing with it. Today's video is my pregnancy must-have. So I have put together a list. There are 13 items on my list. I do think this is something that is going to vary for everybody. It does depend kind of how your pregnancy is going, the kind of person you are in some ways. So there are going to be some things on my list that you perhaps wouldn't put on yours, or there are going to be things on your list that I haven't included in mine. It depends on a huge range of different things. Obviously your budget will come into it as well, and really just kind of how much time and effort you want to put into certain things. So if there's anything that I don't include on this list that you personally think is an absolute must-have, then do pop it in the comments and let me know. I just kind of boiled everything down. I think there's a lot of things out there that really I was actually having this conversation with my midwife today, where I think we kind of eat into the consumerism, and there's an awful lot of pressure, I think, around what you should and shouldn't have, particularly in terms of buying for the baby. So I thought that I would just focus now on pregnancy must-haves. I've not stuck to a specific trimester, so this is for the entire journey, so the full 9 months, things that I really think you need. Some of them I have got here to show you, some of them we all know what it is, so there's no point me showing you. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, and like I say, let me know if there's anything that you would add on the list that I haven't. Okay, so let's start right at the beginning. My number one pregnancy must-have is a pregnancy pillow in some form. You can get so many different kinds of pillows that it is really worth, I think, looking into what you want it for. So for me, I really suffered with my back from quite early on. I think at about 11 weeks my back was just in pieces. I've always suffered with my back a little bit anyway, so it wasn't a surprise to me that my back was hurting. But you can get like the great big sausage pillows, you can get V-shaped pillows, you can get C-shaped pillows. For some people it does just work getting like a normal pillow, like a firm pillow, not like a feather pillow, and popping those in between your knees when you go to sleep. For me, I wanted something that was going to help with my back and was also going to keep me on my side at night. I am a notorious front and back sleeper. I will mainly sleep on my front, but if I'm not sleeping on my front, I sleep on my back. So staying on my side, particularly my left hand side, has been something that I personally find really hard. So for me, the pillow I went with is a C-shaped pillow, and it is the Bella Moon. I did a full review of this on my Instagram, so like I say, if you don't follow me, then at amber.itso, and you can see that review there. I really love it. This one also comes apart, so these two end bits come off and then you have the sausage in the middle. So it's really good kind of after baby as well, because it can double up as a nursing pillow. You can use it for tummy time. So for me it was a no-brainer really, and I do quite literally sleep like this, cuddling it. So I will have my head here and then the other side in between my legs, and I will wrap my arms around it so that I cuddle it. But it keeps me on my side. It's great. It took a bit of getting used to, I won't lie. I think initially I had put it underneath my pillows. Oh, no, I put it on top of my pillow, sorry, and I sleep with two anyway, so my head was really elevated, which did give me quite a bad back. So I did have to adjust it slightly, and the way that I sleep in terms of pillows, etc. to make sure that I wasn't causing myself any damage. But personally, I really love that one. It is a slightly more pricey one. I was really lucky and I did get that gifted, but it is, I thought, more of a mid-range one compared to other ones on the market that are about £160. I can't remember how much that is off the top of my head. I will link the website in the description box, but there are other ones, like I know the BB Hug Me, so many people swear by it and say it's like the best thing since sliced bread, but to me it was way too expensive for a pillow. You can just get some cheap ones off Amazon. I know people who've used them and been absolutely fine with them. I think it completely depends on you, but a pregnancy pillow is something that I definitely think is worthwhile, particularly now in the 3rd trimester. I think it is great for helping you get comfy when it's a lot harder to. The next thing on my list is maternity bras. So obviously this is different for everyone. I have a friend who is a couple of weeks behind me, and she has said that her boobs have literally not changed at all throughout pregnancy, but they probably will when she's had the baby and her milk comes in. So I always think it's best to just stock up on them anyway. For me personally, I went up 2 cup sizes in the 1st trimester, and I noticed that really quickly. All of my bras were getting too tight. You can get like bra extenders if you want to kind of keep your bras, but for me, I wanted a really nice fitting bra. I always wore underwired bras as well, and I felt that they were getting more and more uncomfortable, and I just didn't want to wear them anymore. So I did invest in some maternity bras. Now I did buy, so this is one that I got from ASOS. So they're all nursing bras, so they do just kind of unclip here, so they're easier when you're feeding, but I did buy some that were underwired. So I actually got this in white and black, and I have never, the black one I wore for a day and I never ever went back because I got one with an underwire and it was horrific, and I should have listened to everybody that told me not to get an underwire, but I found it excruciatingly painful, so I stopped wearing that quite quickly. However, I did get, now this is a bit of a fancier one. This one is also from ASOS. So I got some from H&M, which I have to say are so comfy, but one is in the wash and one I'm wearing now, and I don't really fancy showing you my boobs. But fabric nursing bras. So this one, like I say, is a bit of a fancier one. It came with some matching knickers that like cross under the bump. And yeah, again, it's a nursing one, so with the nursing one you can see there that that's kind of obviously where your boob goes. Sorry if I'm teaching you to suck eggs, but I had no idea what a nursing bra was when I first bought it, and it took me a while to figure it out. And then, like I say, it unclips there, if I can just do that. Oh my gosh, why can't I do it? Yeah, so it unclips here so that when you're feeding, your nipple just pops through there, but the straps will stay on your shoulder. So yeah, I invested in some good maternity bras. I have this one from ASOS, a couple from H&M, and I think I have another one from Boohoo. And yeah, I just think they're great. I think they're really good to invest in. I think your boobs do hurt. Obviously through the 1st trimester they do, but I think towards the end they start to as well. So for me, a good maternity bra is an absolute must. The next thing on the list is maternity leggings. So I'm not going to show you them. I have got quite a few pairs of maternity leggings. I've got some from Love Leggings, some from Baby Go, some from Boohoo, and some from H&M. I live in them. So I have tried different pairs of maternity jeans. The ones that I've got have tended to be like cheaper ones. I've got some from Boohoo, and I'm just not very comfortable in them. I just feel like they're over the bump. I feel like they're just not really comfortable, whereas I think leggings really are, especially a pair of good quality ones. My advice would be to size up. I think I didn't at the beginning because I didn't feel the need to. I hadn't really gained much weight. My normal size was fitting me, but towards the end I have gained weight, and now some of those are a little bit tighter and I've had to buy some more. So I would probably size up and just deal with the bagginess for a few weeks. But I think maternity leggings are an absolute godsend. Definitely buy them, stock up, and I think even after baby, if I'm really honest, I'm probably going to stay in them. What's a bit of extra fabric during the winter? So maternity leggings are definite. They go with everything. Next on the list is oversized shirts. So I invested, I think I've got 4 like really large oversized shirts. I think I've got a striped one, a bright coloured one, and then a couple of checked ones. I absolutely love them. I feel like they are my go-to. I can wear them open with a vest underneath if I want my bum to be accentuated. If I'm feeling a bit more like I want to be a bit cozier and just hide everything and just lounge around the house, it's great. So I've got some really big ones that cover my bum. Absolutely love them. I really think they are a must and a staple piece of your wardrobe when you are pregnant. Next on the list is a birthing ball. So I was a bit unsure about a birthing ball. I was a bit like, what do they actually do? I got one, I think I must have been about 20 weeks, give or take, maybe a little bit further on. Didn't really know what the difference between a birthing ball and a gym ball was, but I have since looked into that because somebody did ask me on Instagram. As far as I'm aware, birthing balls tend to be a little bit thicker. Obviously, you can get anti-burst gym balls, but the material tends to be a little bit thicker, and they also tend to come in 2 sizes. I think 2, less sizes. So they come in like 65 centimetres. I think it's centimetres, might be inches. Probably is inches, actually, thinking about it. So we're going to say inches. Might be wrong, but 65 inches and 75 inches, whereas gym balls can come as small as 45, but you really want them where you can sit, and I think it's that your knees are level with your hips. Check the positioning of that, but I think, yeah, so we got a birthing ball, and at first I was like, oh, this is just a bit of fun, just bouncing, but honestly it's helped my back so much. If you've not seen my most recent vlog, my baby is currently breech, and therefore doing a lot of the exercises on the ball can really help to open up your pelvis, help baby to turn, and there's lots of different ways that you can prepare for birth using the birthing ball. So for me, it is an absolute must. I have used it all the time. I sit and work on it now, so I will sit and have my laptop on my desk and I'll be bouncing away on my ball all day, and I just find it's really, really helpful, and I absolutely love it. Next on my list is the Pregnancy Plus app. So there's lots of different apps that you can get. I use 2. So I use one that is the Pregnancy Plus, and then I also use What to Expect. And the only reason I use both is because they have different bits of information on there. And I also think the comparison, so the week by week, kind of how big your baby is, there's different options on each one. So one has like fruit and food, and another has things like 90s memorabilia or like film memorabilia, things like that, and it's just, I just find it really interesting to compare how big the baby is across the app. So every week I do check both, but the Pregnancy Plus app is my favourite, so I will just quickly show you it if it wants to load. Is it going to recognise my face? Yep, there we go. So here you go. So you can see, not sure if it's going to focus, but it will say Amber and B at the top there, which is what we're currently calling baby. So you have like week by week information on what the baby is doing. It's got this really cool little 3D little image of the baby, which is also quite creepy in some of the stages, but then it gives you like little bits of information at the bottom about what is going on with baby this week, and it is just really, really cool, and I think there's an awful lot on there that is really handy. There's loads of different articles, like the different stages of labour, for example, is a thing that's on there at the moment. You can add your appointments, a to-do list, any kind of your weight if you want to track that. I personally don't, so I don't put that in there, but there's lots of different articles. Like for example, it's telling me that baby is currently the size of a honeydew lemon. I keep saying that, melon. There's an article here on the benefits of breastfeeding. You can browse different baby names, signs of labour, what needs to be in your hospital bag. There's so much on there, health tips, different symptoms that you're going to be experiencing in the week. So I just think it's a really, really thorough app with an awful lot of information on there that you could spend hours, I think, scrolling through this. So really, really recommend the Pregnancy Plus app. Like I say, you can use the What to Expect, so that one's just loading now. So this one's telling me that baby's as big as a butternut squash, but this one I think is a little bit better for information about what is happening to my body during the week. So that's why I like this one, because like I say, there is so much information about what I should expect rather than what is just going on with the baby. So that they definitely both have their benefits, and definitely both have their own perks. What to Expect is definitely American. I don't know about Pregnancy Plus, but I just really get on with it, really, really like it. So I definitely recommend having a good pregnancy app, but for me, Pregnancy Plus is the top one. Next on my list is books. So again, this is kind of where I was referring to at the beginning, saying, you know, it depends on the type of person you are. I am the type of person that wants to know everything about any situation that I'm in. I like to be really prepared. I like to research everything within an inch of its life. I am not someone that leaves any kind of stones unturned, and I like to prepare for every eventuality. Obviously we had a bit of a journey to get pregnant, and so in the early stages I found getting a book to read that told me all about pregnancy and told me that it was normal not to have any symptoms, told me what different symptoms were normal, what I needed to do and when I needed to do it. I just found it really, really helpful to have that to try and help my kind of ease my anxiety. So the book that I bought in the first trimester for that reason is this one, and it is called Pregnancy: The Naked Truth. It's by a lady called, it's by two ladies, so we've got Anya Hayes and Holly Smith. And I think it's absolutely fantastic. It covers everything, and it is really, it's up to date, so it's not kind of like based on really old guidance, which I found that some were. So it's up to date in terms of like what you can eat and things like that, what your options are, and it's not fluffy either. Like, I don't really like things that are that beat around the bush and make everything to be all sunshine and rainbows when it's not. So for me, that book was really, really handy because it really was the naked truth. Like, everything was laid bare, and I just thought it was a really down to earth, really good book. So definitely recommend that. The second book that I've been reading as well as doing the course is the Hypnobirthing. So the positive, what's it called? I think it is just called Practical Ways to Make Your Birth Better. So this is the book that accompanies the Positive Birth Company's hypnobirthing course. I have personally found this really, really useful. I think I would also really recommend, I joined a few groups on Facebook that tell positive birth stories. There is one that comes with the hypnobirthing course that you kind of have access to, but I found it really, really useful to actually actively seek positive birth positive birth stories. Before I got pregnant, I had like a real fear of giving birth. I know that my mum didn't necessarily have the best birth ever. I've known a lot of people that unfortunately have had quite traumatic births. So I did have a bit of a fear of birth. However, as soon as I got pregnant, that did seem to change, and I've really tried not to let that get in my head. People love to tell a horror story. I completely get that people want to share their experiences, and I think that's absolutely fine, but sometimes I think there's preparing yourself for eventualities and then there's being absolutely terrified. So for me, kind of looking at positive birth stories, doing this hypnobirthing course, learning how I can advocate for myself, learning what my rights are, what my different options are, and just educating myself in that field, I have found really, really handy. So I do think actively doing that research, and for me that was having books that I could read. I love a good book, so for me it was just beneficial to have that and something that I could refer to at all times, kind of whenever I wanted. The next thing on my list is big knickers. So a lot of people actually said to me to buy some like proper big granny Bridget Jones full briefs for when you're in hospital. As obviously you bleed a lot, you'll have your maternity pads, etc. You will have your pouch, etc. and just comfortable knickers after all, you know, a lot has gone on down there. I'm not gonna lie, I've loved big knickers for a long time. My thong wearing days are long gone, but bit TMI there, sorry. I'm not sorry, but I found that actually these really big full briefs in a size up were really, really comfy, especially as my bump started to grow. So I absolutely love them. I think they're an absolute necessity. You'll need them in your hospital bag anyway. You may as well get them, and you may as well wear them now. Next on the list, bit gross, sorry, but next on my list is Anusol. So Anusol, if you're not aware, is a hemorrhoid cream. Now, a lot of women get hemorrhoids in pregnancy. People don't really like to talk about it. People pretend it's not a thing. It's absolutely a thing, especially if you become anemic, you're on iron tablets. Constipation is massive in pregnancy. A lot of you will get hemorrhoids. So for me, I just think it's quite cheap. Just have it there, have it ready, and then if you need it, it is there, and you are not going to be sat on the sofa at 9 o'clock at night on the verge of tears begging your husband to go find an open pharmacy to get your Anusol. That definitely didn't happen to me. The next one on my list is a large water bottle. So a lot of people have these anyway. Loads of people have said that when you go into hospital you will need a large water bottle with a straw that you can drink without, you know, needing to sit down, lie down, whatever. For me, a massive water bottle has been vital. I need a big bottle like this to be able to drink water all day. I'm a very strange person, and for some reason water in a glass I really, really struggle to drink. So I got a big litre water bottle a long time ago to make sure I was drinking enough water. I'm still quite lax with drinking water. However, during pregnancy, I've really had to make sure that I am on the ball and that I am drinking water all the time. I now drink between 2 to 3 litres a day. So for me, my friends take the mick out of me and call it my emotional support bottle because I have it on me all the time, no matter where I go. I could literally pop to the petrol station and I would have it in my car. But for me, it's absolutely vital that you have that on you at all times. So yeah, I would definitely recommend investing in a large water bottle. Next on the list, not to state the obvious, but is a good pregnancy supplement. I have been taking Proceive the whole way through. Again, I have worked with Proceive before, so I will just put that out there. I haven't been asked to include this. This isn't sponsored in any way, but I have done some paid work with Proceive before. Proceive tablets I took the whole way through my IVF journey, so it made sense for me to continue with them during pregnancy. They do them for each different trimester, first, second, third. So those are my omega-3 I have been taking daily since I had the positive test. Now, there are different ones on the market. You obviously have your Well Woman. You know, I'm not going to tell you that you need to buy one specific brand, but it is really, really vital. I think it's really good to get a proper multivitamin that isn't just the folic acid on its own. It's the full shebang. Has everything that you need. So I think they're great. But yeah, definitely get some kind of supplement specifically tailored for pregnancy to make sure that you and the baby are getting everything that you need. Specifically in the first trimester, I think it's really, really important. I think it's important the whole way through, and like I say, that's why I've taken the 1, 2 and 3. But in the first trimester, I know that all I could eat was beige food. I really struggled with eating in the first trimester. I was being sick all the time. I was really, really struggling in those early days to get anything nutritious. So for me, I think they are absolutely vital and a really worthwhile purchase. And I think your midwife would probably agree. Finally, the final thing on my list is a pregnancy journal. Now, I know that this won't be for everybody, but for me, I really do think it's essential to have something like that. I got mine, my mum actually bought me it. I said I was going to buy it and she went out and bought me it. So this one is from, I always say this wrong, but Jojo Maman Bebe. That place. However you say it. If you do know how to say it, please do let me know in the comments, because I really have no idea and I get it wrong every single time. But this is the journal that I got. So it literally just says bump on the front, and you can literally, from conception to the baby being here, so you can see there that we've literally like got our first little scan in there. Like, it's crazy to think that the baby was once that small. That really is absolutely wild to me. But it's just really, really cute. It's obviously got the linen cover. You put your due date in there, your to-do list, different pages to journal. So you've got like here, so this is like the week 36, so this is just a blank one that I can show you. So you've got everything on there, so you have any appointments that you've got that week, your measurements, any cravings that you've got, and then yeah, just space to journal. And it takes you all the way up to week 40, and then you can obviously put the baby's details right at the end there. But I absolutely love it, and I think it's really, really lovely, and all of my scan photos will be stuck in here. But I just think it's a really nice way to document it, and like I say, we waited so long to get here that I really did just want something really special that I could keep all of our kind of little memories in. I have a box where I have currently been putting all the scan photos and any kind of like memorabilia related to the pregnancy. I am someone who does that. I have like a memory box with like tickets to concerts and things like that. So it made sense to do it for the pregnancy. One thing I would really, really love to do is get a scrapbook when the baby's here, and I would like to kind of put all different photos and like major events in there and things like that, so that when they're older I can give that to them. I am a really, really sentimental person, so for me, I just love things like that. So I really do recommend, like I say, it's from Jojo Maman Baby, or however you say it. It was a little bit more expensive. I think you can get some really, really lovely ones. You can get cheaper ones if you want, but for me, I just thought it was a worthwhile investment, and it's something that I'm going to keep and that I will eventually give to my child, you know, when they're a bit older. But I absolutely love it, so definitely recommend. And that is the end of my essentials list. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I say, if you haven't already, then do make sure that you've subscribed to my channel and that you follow me on Instagram at amber.itso. And I will see you on Sunday for another vlog. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that I didn't put on my list that you would have put on, or if there's anything on my list that you think you absolutely don't need. Like I say, I think it's all really personal, and I think it depends on who you are as a person. But for me, these have been my absolute essentials. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you on Sunday for another video.